Welcome back to Chris Flies. I'm leaving White Waltham and heading to Sandown with a friend of ours over from the States, Jen. She's my first non-pilot passenger, so I'm a little bit nervous, but Jen's used to flying in GA planes, so she's very confident and very happy to come out with me, although I couldn't tell whether her questioning about the number of hours I have was a bit tongue-in-cheek or serious. Anyway, I'm 180 hours in, quite happy to take someone along who isn't a pilot. And we're going to transit through the airspace between Bournemouth and Southampton. And actually, what I'm looking to do is rather than cross through it, I'm going to try and stay underneath it, as I think crossing through it is quite challenging. I've got my radio frequencies. I've got a plan B, which will be to either turn around, come back and go straight via Southampton, or go the long route round. Either way, looking forward to a great bit of sightseeing. If we can travel through that zone, then we'll go over Lymington and out to the Isle of Wight, round the Needles and into Sandown. This is also my first landing in Sandown, so it'll be a very interesting trip in. I know the runway is quite narrow and quite short, but I'll leave you as we pass over Lymington.
So this is Hurst Castle, Hurst Point, ahead of us, just below our nose. There. Old, I think, Napoleonic castle. Going to keep a good eye out for planes because lots of people converge on these obvious points. Once there's the needles, famous needles. So we'll go and have a look at those.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And there's a race every year that I've done quite a few times called Round the Island. So there's thousands of boats start off first thing in the morning at Cowes, which will go back on the way out. We'll fly over Cowes, and you sail around the island. And there's like big racing yachts, right down to little kind of two-man or one-man boats. I mean, look at that. How beautiful is that?
Oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. Wow. Now, how far is it you drive this from your house? Like, what, 4
It would
hours?
it'd probably take about 2 hours, hour and a half, 2 hours to get to Lymington, then it's 30 minutes over on the boat. So it's not too, I mean, you probably do it in 2.5 hours, 3 hours.
Not bad.
So it's not too bad.
Oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. Wow.
Okay, I'm just going to change radio. You can keep looking out the window. I'm going to change it over to... and 119280. We've got the plane taken off. Flap. Okay, airspeed is good. Narrow runway, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. Braking.
Okay, we're here. We made it to Sandown. How was the landing, Jen?
It was great. It was wonderful. Very impressed.
Excellent. Thank you very much. It was my best ever landing. Well, here we are, my first visit to Sandown on the Isle of Wight. Well, it's not my first visit flying myself here. I've been down with Jen. It's amazing. I love it. The bar's like a Ibiza chill out lounge. staff are brilliant here, all the people are brilliant here. Being around the museum's so cute. Brilliant little setup with some actually fantastic stuff. So I can see why this is #1 destination in the UK for GA on Sky Demon. I have to say I love it. It's been a brilliant day. I'm going to bring my tent next time and I'm going to stay for a few days.
Okay. Up a bit, airspeed's alive. Oh, it's bumpy. 50. 55. Time to go up.
You're on 05, go Foxtrot Yankee.
Golf uniform is just taking off 05.
Okay, this is go Foxtrot Yankee inbound from Big M. We're currently 15 nautical miles to the east, and it sounds like you're on 05, is that correct?
Yeah, affirmative 05, and we're going to depart straight back to, straight north from the airfield now on 05, golf uniform.
Okay, great, thanks.
So those round forts you can see there, that round building, and there's another one ahead you'll see on your right. They're Napoleonic forts, and they used to run a chain between them to cut off the access for ships into the channel.
Just back there.
Those oil tankers.
Oh.
So can you see, when we get to it, I'll show you, I'll do a bank over and, can you see there?
Yes.
That's an aircraft carrier. My neighbour up the road is a helicopter pilot, flies helicopters off, well, normally frigates. He does sometimes do them off aircraft carriers, but mostly frigates. So yeah, there's the docks, military docks, a couple of frigates in there.
What a great trip. White Waltham to Sandown on the Isle of Wight with Jen, who was a fantastic passenger, my first non-pilot passenger. She's very relaxed and very used to flying in GA aircraft. The weather was very hazy, but the visibility down to the ground was pretty cool. Got a great view of the Needles, and transiting through the airspace between Bournemouth and Southampton was actually very, very simple. We just stayed below the airspace. I tried to get a service from Solent Radar. They just told me not to bother, just to do a listening squawk. And so we had a listening squawk and we flew underneath the airspace, no dramas, over Lymington and straight out to the Isle of Wight. Fantastic day, loved Sandown Museum, first time I've been there, loved Sandown Airfield, loved the bar, and now back to White Waltham for a lovely landing, a cup of tea and a trip home.